Welcome back to The Factor Uncensored. I never thought I'd be telling this story. A bombshell rape and sexual assault lawsuit was filed today against R&B singer and legend Smokey Robinson and his wife Frances. 4 former housekeepers are suing the 85-year-old Motown legend, alleging he forced himself upon them when his wife was out of the house. The 85-year-old music icon accused of sexual battery, assault, false imprisonment, gender violence, and creating a hostile work environment. His wife is accused of enabling his behavior. According to the New York Post, the former employees also claim they were allegedly not paid overtime or given rest and lunch breaks. The accusations date back to 2007. Robinson has not publicly responded to these claims as of yet. Wow. Now to this. Jury selection has begun in the federal sex trafficking and assault trial of Sean Diddy Combs. According to my next guest, that vetting process may take some time.
Well, it appears that this case may take a few months, if not several, just given the breadth of the prosecutor's charges. With respect to jury selection, what you would expect is both sides are going to be asking questions to try to get some insight as to whether or not these jurors are first and foremost going to be fair and able to follow the law, and secondly, if they're going to be favorable to their position. So with respect to that first criteria, if, for instance, this case involves a lot of accusations of domestic violence and sexual assault. Let's say you have a prospective juror that has that history. They themselves have been victims of domestic violence or sexual assault. They may not be potentially a fair juror because it hits so close to home that once they start to hear those facts about Mr. Combs, that they might start to think about their own experience and will not be able to be impartial towards Mr. Combs. And in that case, the judge has to remove that potential juror from the jury pool. On the other hand, let's say you have someone who is a big fan of P. Diddy, and he's so much a fan that he's not going to be able to be fair to the state. That individual has to be removed. That's what we call strikes for cause. And the judge can remove as many individuals for a good reason if they're not able to be fair. After that, both sides get to kind of get a sense from their questions whether or not they might be leaning towards defense or towards the state, and they can do what's called preemptive strikes. And you get a limited number of those strikes where you remove people that you're just not getting a good vibe from. You think this person, they get on there, they're probably going to swing the other way. So you remove those, and then what is left, what remains, will be the 12 jurors plus what we call alternative jurors in the event that of those original 12, one of them is sick and can no longer make it for the rest of the trial.
And how long do you think typically will this take to pick this jury?
I think as far as picking a jury, the estimate has been at least a week.
All right, Bayoji, thank you for joining us here on The Factor Uncensored, and we'll be calling on you more as we continue to follow P. Diddy's case.